aboard! All aboard! Ah, well, hello there. So, you're getting on this train, huh? You know, I've been conducting this train for a good couple of years now. Been through a lot with her. I remember the "I got nothing up my butt" incident back in 2019. There was also the Florida man who threw a Bible at a police officer. Oh, and don't get me started about the year 2020. Oh, boy. Ah. So listen, if you're new here, I gotta read this this piece of paper for you. It's sort of a legal thing, you know. Here we go. Warning. The following show may feature some adult language and adult scenarios that are not suitable for those under the age of 18 to 21 years old. If you are under this age, please consult your parents and or legal guardians for permission to listen to this show. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Well, with that out of the way, will you still be getting on? Excellent. Well, let me just punch your ticket for you. And welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck. Good evening, passengers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom, all the time.
Ah, you thought I was going to say something.
It is very typical of you. With me here tonight is Greymane, and soon, later on tonight, we will have Sherlock with us.
Yes. He's untangling himself from the net. He'll be here soon.
So, how's your week been so far, Gray?
I'm okay. You know, little things here and there, and you know, it's we're not going to bring up the big C, but my wife is doing okay, so we're just go with that.
Yeah, that's good. I have yet to actually encounter the human malware, which is amazing considering the fact how long I've been back on the workforce.
You know, people are being a little more careful. Well, most people are being a little more careful.
Yeah, the smart ones.
Smart ones are. You know, that's like that whole conversation in the other chat where we were talking about the fact that, you know, I'm still going to be wearing a mask, even if the CDC says, so, hey, if you're vaccinated, you can, you know, you can sometimes not wear a mask.
Oh, yeah. For those who don't know, on the day of this recording, April 28th, 2021, the CDC recently let out a statement regarding what you should do regarding your mask now that vaccinations are out. And basically 2 weeks after you've gotten the 2 doses of Moderna and Pfizer and the 1 dose of Johnson & Johnson, is that right?
Yes, single dose of JJ.
Okay. 2 weeks after getting either of those, you're basically free to not wear. You can take your mask off in small groupings. Small groupings.
Yeah.
That's the big important part.
Yeah, you know, it's I'm still going to wear my mask even in small groupings unless they're like
obviously
severely in my bubble. Okay, like my wife is turning 50. Next, it's 50 on Star Wars Day, no less. But we are having her party at her mom's this Sunday. Okay, and yeah, there'll be people there that we don't have regular contact with, but it'll be mostly her and I's bubble. Okay, because it's close family. And but I'm still gonna wear a mask. When other people show up, it's just prudent. It really is.
Yeah. I'll more than likely still be wearing my mask as well, considering that I work in the restaurant industry.
Yes.
I mean, I'm mostly in the back, but with all the fucking random bullshit going on, and the fact that certain people still don't wear their masks.
Right. Well, it's also the fact that you're getting food plates coming back there to be washed.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, your people have put their lips to those plates effectively, and that's not a good thing as far as being safe. So.
Oh yeah, I've had to deal with that. Sometimes before I have to go, I have to clean the dishes. I'm old hat at that. I'm so old hat at that I've been there long enough for people to give me tips. Because you always get those retirees or those older generation people that actually understand that washing dishes is hell.
Yep. And it is not fun.
I appreciate you, all those people who do that. I appreciate you, not because you're giving me money, but because you understand. Thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity and understanding.
Honestly, washing dishes in a restaurant, the only thing I've ever found worse is changing adult diapers on people. That really is the only thing I've ever found worse.
Honestly, though, for me, for some weird reason, washing dishes is not that bad unless it is stacked.
Yeah.
When it's stacked, they're pushing you to get the dishes, the pans, the Lexans, everything fucking clean so that everything's clear.
Right.
Also,
yeah, because you can't get through it fast enough for it to not be overwhelmed by the sprayer. You can't keep the smells at bay. But yeah, it's if you can do them fast enough, then they're less invasive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You smell them less. If you can get them done quickly. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, we should have super industrial dishwashers where you just dump everything in and they go away.
Definitely.
And they come out clean on the other end. But
definitely,
those are fucking expensive, and
But yeah, restaurants should totally come better equipped to deal with the fuckload of dishes that come in, especially when you have to not only deal with dishes but also the pans that the food is prepared in, and the big Lexans, which are big plastic tubs that some food is prepared in. It's fucking nuts.
Yep.
But c'est la vie, que sera.
8 billion salad tubs.
Ugh.
Fuck that. Ugh.
Fucking bowls. Joining us now is Sherlock, just like I said earlier.
I don't think Sherlock has ever done any fast food or any restaurant duty.
No, I've actually. It drove my parents absolutely nuts when I when I started looking for work, and I made this vow to myself in front of them, because they kept saying, "Why don't you go, work for Taco Bell or McDonald's? They'll hire anyone." And I looked straight at them and I said, "I will never work fast food." And I haven't. By the way, I have never set foot behind the counter of a fast food joint.
Yeah, by the way, your parents are liars. I was desperate enough to get to attempt an interview at McDonald's, and I never heard from them.
Yeah, but they have the pick. They have their pick, though. I mean, McDonald's.
Yeah, they really do, Trade. I mean, in all honesty, they probably just picked up somebody else besides you.
Yeah.
There's really no reason they would.
That one was a D20 roll, and you ended up
lucked
the
out.
one on there. So
yeah. But yeah, we were just talking a little bit about the restaurant industry, Sherlock, because of the fact that the restaurant industry can be rife with the human malware. we brought that up because we were talking about the CDC updating us on what to do with our masks now that people are getting vaccinated.
Yes, if I recall correctly, they said you can go outside, if you've been vaccinated fully, you can go outside maskless unless you're in a large gathering like concerts or stadiums or things of that nature.
Correct.
If you want to keep wearing one, there's no harm in it, and it actually can be slightly helpful because they still don't know if these new variants are going to be carried by asymptomatic carriers or vaccinated carriers. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
however, I do know for a fact that the restaurant industry is fighting really hard to make sure that those rules get lifted.
No, fuck off. I will wear my mask until the day that the CDC says you are free. I will wear my mask that fucking long. I don't care if people are burning their masks in the street. Until the CDC gives us the all clear, I'm still wearing mine.
You know what? I have the perfect response to anybody who comes after you saying your mask makes me uncomfortable, because that's what a lot of people leaning in a certain political direction, right, are starting to do. If somebody comes up to you while you're wearing your mask outside and says you make me uncomfortable, say, "Get over it, snowflake."
Absolutely.
My mask makes you uncomfortable? Yeah, well, your ignorance makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, that's who it was. It was Tucker fucking Carlson that I couldn't remember the name of.
Oh, Tucker Carlson.
Because I was going about, because he was out there saying if you see a parent with a child that's still wearing a mask, call child services on them. I'm like, what are you, a fucking dickwad? My God.
Yeah, Tucker decided on one of his most unhinged rants recently to ask his followers to file false police reports.
Oh, God.
He said, and I quote, call them until somebody comes.
How about no?
He compared wearing a mask to wearing a Kim Jong-il pin, like they do in Pyongyang, because it's just political theater. He compared children wearing masks to having teachers punch them in the face.
Fuck off.
I don't know.
I know we tried to stay out of politics on this show, but personally, just fuck off.
Sorry, guys. Well, it's not political, because remember, a court ruling said that no reasonable person should take Tucker Carlson seriously. So he's totally in the clear, and it's not political.
This is my fault. I will take the hit for starting this one.
It's fine. Fault. Either way, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's move on from the our talks of the human malware to the usual pre-show spiel. If you don't know how this song and dance goes, you haven't been here long enough. Welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck. We're a show from the internet radio platform Celestia Radio, where we talk about all the dumb internet news that I uncover over the course of a week or so with my friends here. We do the softcore material after our first music break, which is coming up in a bit, and then we do the hardcore material after our second music break. And that's pretty much the show. So, anything y'all want to say before we truly start?
Well, I did hear a bit of amusing news to me, and it does concern the human malware virus. Apparently, there's this thing on this island off the coast of Virginia, and it's called the pony swimming race. It's like a horse race, but the ponies swim.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently they had to cancel it this year again because of the human malware. Apparently, they saw one of the contestants was a little horse.
Oh.
I throw my bowling ball with ashes at you.
And like the bottle of champagne christening the Titanic, we are off once again. I know I've already used that joke on a previous episode, but fuck it.
I'm so using that the next time somebody.
It was good enough to warrant seconds.
Well, on that note, we're going to go on our first music break. We'll be right back with this episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio. I'll fan him all the time, except when Trademark's fucking mouth doesn't work. Jesus Christ.
All I'm saying is I would never run a bathhouse, not without a lot of money up front.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
Unless you want it to be a front for laundering money.
Welcome back, folks, to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio. I'll fan him all the time. It's time to start this show proper with the softcore material.
We already have a money laundering place in town. It's actually a Rosati's Pizza that doesn't show up on any of the ads. Is like pretty much a cash only business, never has anybody in there. So yes.
All right then. Well, it's time to start this show off with a bang. Or more accurately, a crash. Or a smash. Thankfully, I can file this under the category of luckily no one was hurt.
Well, okay, look. I just a little bit of the thing about that category. You never actually talk about any train wreck at any crazy news articles of stupidity that involves somebody's death. So I kind of feel like that would be a superfluous thing to talk about.
Well, I know, but when you hear what I'm about to say, just pay attention. Woman struck in head by turtle that crashed through windshield on I-95 in Florida.
Turtle?
Turtle. Yeah.
Tortoise.
That turtle's got some jumping legs.
Why would you hurt the turtle?
How did that turtle? How? Just how?
You see?
I know exactly how, but I will let Trades tell the article first.
Thank you kindly. Right. Daytona Beach, Florida. It's not unusual for rocks and other debris to crash through a windshield and injure a passenger or driver, but a turtle? A 71-year-old woman riding with her daughter on Florida's Interstate 95 suffered a gashed forehead when a turtle smashed through the windshield of their car, striking her, so say the local news. The daughter pulled over and got help from another motorist. According to a 911 recording, both were surprised by what they found. "There is a turtle in there," the man can be overheard saying. "A turtle!" the daughter exclaimed. "An actual turtle?" The gash drew a lot of blood, but the woman was not seriously hurt. The turtle was likely crossing the interstate and got knocked into the air by another vehicle. "I swear to God, this lady has the worst luck of anything," the daughter told the 911 operator as she tended to her injured mother. The turtle, on the other hand, had the best luck of anything. It had just a few scratches on its shell and was released back into the nearby woods. So says Port Orange police officer Andre Fleming.
Tortoise shells are insanely hard.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to get them to crack.
Yeah.
I should know. I have unfortunately, now it was already dead when it happened, but I've been unable to avoid a dead turtle in the road and run over the shell. It's not fun.
All I can say is these Gamera movies are getting out of control.
Apparently this is not uncommon. Something happened, something similar to this happened 5 years ago in Volusia County on the I-4 near Daytona, where a vehicle clipped a turtle, sending it into the air, and then the turtle crashed through the windshield of another car, shattering the windshield and landing on the dashboard. There's actually video of that.
We got video?
Yeah. I do have the link for you, my co-host, in the Discord chat, and I do have the link for all of you listening to the YouTube version of this episode in the description below, as I always say at the end of these episodes. So, yeah. Any of that ring true to what you were going to say, Shirley?
Kind of. So, basically, what commonly happens with turtles, and actually it's kind of an urban legend, but it also is completely true. About a death, about somebody dying out west in the desert. So, despite the fact that it is a desert, there are tortoises out here, especially like in the Mojave. And one of the best, and turtles, sorry to say, guys, are freaking delicious. They're just tasty, like if you cook them up right. So, and birds of prey think they're tasty too, but you can't really like get into them. And when they like go inside their shells, a bird's beak can only go so far, and he might maybe nip at it a little bit, but it's not going to get out. So what a bird of prey will do is it'll pick up a turtle and fly to a really high spot. And since those hawks and eagles have such great eyesight, they pick a boulder, a rock at the bottom, and they basically drop the turtle. And they've got such great aim that the thing just crack, kills it instantly and opens it up. So the story I'm talking about, again, it's technically an urban myth, but it has happened. There's a guy out hiking out near Las Vegas, Nevada, out in the wilderness, out in the open desert, and he just happened to be bald. And the hawk mistook his bald head for a rock.
Whoops.
Sadly killed him.
Jesus.
Turtle was fine, walked away. I'm sure the hawk came down and was like, where the fuck's my turtle? Why is there a dead human here?
Oh. Well, on that
so I
note,
thought this might have been the case, that maybe a predator bird had flown the turtle up to throw it on the freeway in hopes that would like possibly break it open, or maybe accidentally dropped it while it was flying over the freeway. But no, this makes sense. If you clip a turtle just right, it'll arc it through the air.
Well, yeah, so it's basically a bold frisbee. So
yeah, pretty much. Well,
I love how the news announcer says that only in Florida.
I'm sure it's not exclusive to Florida, but
all you birds of prey out there, if you're gonna drop a turtle on somebody, drop it on Kenny from the Gamera movies, okay, or from Godzilla. Kill him. We don't need you hurting anybody else.
Well, on that somewhat morbid note, it's time to talk about our next article.
You caught me in the net, and you know what you got.
Yeah, I do. Now let's talk about a bygone era. Ancient technology in the land of video broadcasting. VHSs.
What? The what now? I kid.
Those square things that beat Betamax.
Those square black block.
Yeah, they
Oh, I kid. I remember I'm likewise an 80s child.
As am I. Grew up on VHSs. We're not here to rant like a bunch of old people about how superior VHSs are to DVDs. We're here to talk about an incident regarding one particular VHS tape that has left some people a wee bit baffled.
Did somebody put Two Girls in a Cup on VHS?
No.
Or did they find Ringu?
No. This is so fucking stupid. Oklahoma woman charged with felony for not returning VHS tape 21 years ago.
Yep, I remember this. I saw this on.
This is on par with having with forgetting to fucking return of a library book.
Yeah. Just, oh my god.
Yeah, but a library book, they stop charging you and just charge you like the cost of the book.
Video rental store is still open to claim this.
No, they're not. No, they are not.
Go ahead and continue with the article.
Norman, Oklahoma, April 22nd, 2021. A former Oklahoma resident is facing felony embezzlement charges for not returning a VHS tape rented in Norman more than 2 decades ago.
Embezzlement?
Yep, that's what they charge you with.
We'll get there. Hold your tits. One document shows a Karen McBride. It's Karen with a C.
She's safe then.
Yeah,
she's a wanted woman for never returning Sabrina the Teenage Witch on VHS tape in 1999.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Apparently someone does. The first thing she told me was felony embezzlement, so I thought I was going to have a heart attack, McBride said. McBride said she first learned the charges when trying to change her name on her license after getting married in Texas. I went to change my driver's license during this human malware thing. You had to make an appointment, and so I sent them an email, and they sent me an email, and they told me that I had an issue in Oklahoma, and this was the reference number for me to call this number, and I did, McBride said. McBride said the number was to the Cleveland County District Attorney's Office, where a woman there told her about the charges filed against her. She told me it was over the VHS tape, and I had to make her repeat it because I thought, this is insane. This girl is kidding me, right? She wasn't kidding, McBride said. Online documents show McBride was charged with felony embezzlement of rented property in March of 2000. McBride told the local news that she doesn't even remember ever renting the tape. I had lived with a young man. This was over 20 years ago. He had two daughters who were 8, 10, and 11 years old, and I'm thinking he went and got it and didn't take it back or something. I have never watched that show in my entire life, just not my cup of tea. Meanwhile, I'm a wanted felon for a VHS tape.
Yeah.
And here's the bit, Shirley. Here's the bit that you were thinking earlier. Documents show the movie was rented from a place called Movie Place. How original. This is a place in Norman, and it's no longer open.
Yeah, exactly. So who's filing the embezzlement charge?
Let's see if we can get there.
Well, actually, hang on. Never mind. I know who it is because it says she rented it in 99, and then the warrant was issued in 2000. Okay, here's a better question: what fucking district attorney is going to charge somebody with embezzlement for not returning a goddamn VHS tape? What are you embezzling? $20?
And late fees. Let's see. The Cleveland County Assessor's Office said records show the business closed down in 2008. Ed Blau.
Okay, so the business was open at the time of the filing. Okay. This smells like a really bad middle manager. It smells like there's a middle manager in the mix going, "Oh, you no, we're gonna make an example of her, blah 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 blah, and we need to get as much money as possible."
Ed Blau with Blau Law Firm told the local news that even though there's technically no victim in the case of the business closure, because the business closed, Cleveland County could still prosecute the case because charges and a warrant was filed against McBride. I mean, I didn't even try to deceive anyone over Samantha the Teenage Witch. I swear. That's a quote from McBride.
All right. This gives me a headache.
Yeah,
This makes me want to like go over to that district attorney and just yell in his face, "Are you fucking stupid?" If it was the same district attorney who worked back then, or at least find the guy and like shout in his face. I don't care if he's a sitting judge. All right, let me tell you guys what the legal definition of embezzlement is. Embezzlement is the act of withholding assets for the purpose of converting those assets to money for yourself. So, if Gray loaned me his car, and I sold that car and kept the money, that's embezzlement. That is baseline blue-collar embezzlement.
Right.
What the fuck do they think they were charging her with for a $20 VHS tape of Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Are you serious?
Again, it smells like a middle management. It smells like a middle manager involved.
To quote Kanye West, I'm gonna let you finish, but...
No, I'm done. It's just... Sorry, things like this really irritate me.
I know, but there's a happy ending. We just gotta slog through the rest of this shit to get there. Don't worry. McBride said over the last 20 years, she's been let go from several jobs without giving any reason why. Now it all makes sense, she says to the local news. This is why. Because when they ran my criminal background check, all they're seeing is those two words, felony embezzlement. Thankfully, recently, the DA's office said after refusing Future Trade, work with me on this one. Thankfully, recently, the DA's office said that after reviewing McBride's case, they've decided to dismiss it.
No, not good enough.
No.
Hang on. Blau told the local news that McBride will need to get her case expunged in order to clear her record moving forward. So progress has been made.
That should have been automatically expunged.
It should have been automatically expunged, but here's the thing. She needs to sue them. That county, because they put that on her record, has ruined 20 years of her life, 20 years of potential employment.
20 years of denied employment. And literally, she could sue them for 20 years of pay. Literally, because she couldn't get a job because of this. I mean, I'm
sure she had one, but like she could go to the job where she was let go, the first one, where she was planning on staying, and calculate the amount of money she would have made in that 20 years had she not been let go.
Correct.
And sue the county for that.
Yep, and she should.
Yep.
She should totally retain legal representation and sue.
This is easily a civil suit against the county. This is utterly absurd.
Mm-hmm. This is an article I will keep an eye on and see if there are any updates, because I do hope that hell is paid for this shit.
Yeah, that's
heads must roll. Anywho,
I hope that DA 20 years ago is now a sitting judge. That would just make my day.
Well, we move on from a slightly frustrating article to something a little bit more unusual. Denny's. You ever get a hankering for Denny's?
Not anymore.
Yes, absolutely. It's the classic early morning after drunk food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ever get a hankering for it at 3 a.m.?
Sometimes.
Yeah, back in the day I did.
Back in the days, yep.
Well, these guys certainly did. The only problem is sometimes Denny's isn't open at 3 a.m. But that didn't stop these fuckers.
That's kind of unusual. Most Denny's are open 24.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
Well, intruders made eggs at Denny's at 3 a.m.
That's awesome.
April 22nd, 2021. 2 intruders entered a closed Denny's restaurant and made themselves eggs before being chased from the eatery by a worker who had been alerted to the pre-dawn trespassing. So say, Indiana police. I'm just gonna let that picture that I've painted just sit there for y'all.
I mean, just imagine that he gets in. He's like, why is the alarm going off?
Just fucking... What? Okay. According to cops, the 2 offenders first entered the Denny's in Evansville at 2:02 a.m. and, quote, went into the kitchen and prepared some eggs, end quote. The duo departed a few minutes later, but returned to at 2:58 a.m. And, quote, made some more eggs before departing Denny's at 3:04 a.m. They just went there and just kept making eggs.
And came back? What the hell, guys?
They made eggs at one point, left, and then came back to make more eggs. Make eggs at home!
They obviously didn't make enough eggs. That's all I can think of.
Obviously didn't get enough protein or some shit.
Well, to be fair, fried eggs are probably some of the best drunk food and hangover cures.
Fried eggs are amazing no matter how you slice it. A police report notes that the pair did not force entry into the eatery, which was closed at 11 p.m. That's interesting.
That's okay. Now I'm kind of confused.
And the door seemed to be open both times.
Yeah, this is a failing of closing staff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Denny's. It's a Denny's. I'm not surprised that there's a failure of any sort of staff.
I'm surprised it was closed. I really
am. Again, I mean, I know the past year has been
one.
I know the past year has not been great for the restaurant industry, but I don't know if my Denny's has ever closed.
Yeah. Maybe this is a state by state sort of thing. Like some states have guidelines which permit Denny's can stay open for 24 hours. Some don't, I guess. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass here.
Maybe, I guess.
Okay. After the duo made their second entry, a Denny's worker, quote, arrived on the scene, confronted them, and told them to leave. The report does not indicate how the worker became aware of the intrusion. Security app. That's the only explanation. Security app.
Yeah.
The suspects who departed the area in an auto were recorded inside the Denny's by a surveillance camera. If identified, the pair could face misdemeanor theft and criminal trespass charges, cops say. Now, before you say anything, Sherlock, about the misdemeanor theft, here's how much the total estimated loss is in this instant. $1.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, restaurants get their ingredients on massive wholesale, and they just jack up the price. I mean, if you're getting a 2-egg scramble at Denny's, you're probably paying like $7-8 for it, and in reality, that cost them like 50 cents.
Yeah, of course. It's a combo of the delivery, the labor, and fuck a whole shit ton of other things I can't list off right now. Just, this is another incident of how did we get here? We don't know who these people were. We don't know why they did it. We only know that they somehow found a Denny's that was open, left open, mind you, after closing hours, and they made eggs because fucking why not?
You know what? I'm going to award the status of legend to these people. Because oh my god, you know, if they didn't rob the place, okay?
No.
Yeah, they weren't in there for malicious intent. They didn't like steal any kitchen equipment. They didn't try and break into the safe.
Yeah,
they didn't steal.
Oh my god.
They stole were eggs.
You know what? I can fucking
kind of shocked. I think like this would, the only way this would make this even more perfect is if they, you know, left money for the eggs they ate.
Yeah. I want to paint the fucking scene. I want to paint the scene. I think I know what happened. Since the closing staff did not close the door, these two, who pulled up in a car, might I add, they came in drunk. They were drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least, like, tipsy, hungover, whatever. They came into the Denny's expecting it to be open 24 hours or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
They came in. They see that nobody is around, and they're like, well, fuck it. What do we do? Well, nowhere else is open except the McDonald's.
Let's make our own eggs.
Yeah,
I know how to
fuck
make
it.
eggs. I can do eggs.
Let's make eggs. Because eggs are simple to make. Like, eggs are...
Crack it in a pan. Don't get the shell in it. Heat it up.
Yeah.
Done.
Scramble, fry, sunny side up, what the fuck ever. You can do whatever the fuck you want with eggs. Eggs are easy. If you fail at making eggs, you are not ready for the kitchen yet.
It depends on what type of egg dish you're trying to make. There are some pretty complex egg dishes.
Right, I won't go that far.
Fair. I'm just saying basic level egg cooking.
If you're doing basic level eggs and you fuck that up, yeah, you're not a good cook.
Yeah.
I think I remember there was an episode of Kitchen Nightmares where like the chef was so bad at his job that Gordon was like, "Can you just have him bring me out a hard-boiled egg? I want to see if he can do that."
Did he? Could he do it?
No, he failed at that. He said hard-boiled. He gave it to him like below soft-boiled.
Oh God. But yeah, just again, this is going to be another case that I keep an eye on because what the fuck happened here?
I will give points to Denny's, okay, for actually citing the real cost loss.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, instead of the inflated cost loss.
They stole $50 worth of eggs! No, they didn't.
Well, to be fair, there is a law on the books that says you are not allowed to inflate the value of the lost property, because if they find out, that's basically fraud against the state.
Okay, good.
Yeah, tell that to fucking Walmart.
Yeah. Well, on that note, one last article. And thankfully, this is another case where I have to file it under, luckily no one was hurt. And I say that specifically for this case because this involves something that has gotten on my tits for the last, year. For the last year, this shit has been annoying the ever-loving fuck out of me.
That's a pretty big list, Trade.
Tell us what has your tiny nipples in a brazen.
Inside joke for those asking. Gender reveal parties.
Oh, dear we go.
God, here we go.
I'm not going to
exactly which one it is too.
Yeah, I'm not going to rattle off everything that's wrong with them, but let me condense it by saying I think that if you do it low scale, you're doing it right. Something simple like icing on a cupcake or balloons or some shit like that. But recently,
not balloons that explode.
Not balloons that explode, but we'll get to there. If you're doing it big, grandiose with like airplanes and explosives and fire and all this shit, you're doing it wrong. That's the reason why California burst into flames last year. Like, fuck's sake, scale back the gender reveal parties. Otherwise, we end up with shit like this. Gender reveal party triggers earthquake fears after family uses 80 pounds of explosives.
Yep, the tannerite bomb.
Yeah,
yep.
Tannerite.
Yeah, so bad. Okay, they did this in a gravel pit, and the explosion was so bad that there's now sediment in the town's drinking water.
Yeah, people could feel this explosion from states away, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's dial it back and bring it back to the start. This happened 5 days ago. What day was it 5 days ago, lads? Oh, here we go.
The 23rd.
Yep, the 23rd of April, 2021. This was in Kingston, New Hampshire, where a gender reveal party prompted a huge explosion that neighbors compared to an earthquake, according to police. The expected family from Kingston, a town not far from the Massachusetts border in New Hampshire, set off a blast that could be heard, across the state line. Kingston police responded to reports of the loud explosion on that Tuesday evening and found people who were holding a gender reveal party at Torromeo Quarry, where they were found with explosives. We heard this god-awful blast, Sarah Taglieri, I apologize if I mispronounced that. She lives in a home that abuts the quarry. Abuts?
Abuts.
That's a word?
Yeah.
It knocked pictures off our walls. I'm all up for silliness and whatnot, but that was extreme. It was earth-shaking, said another neighbor on the road said. Good grammar. Fucking Christ. That wasn't me.
At least it wasn't your fault.
Yeah, that was the article. It cracked foundations of our neighbors' homes, Matt Taglieri said. I don't know how that's right. The source of the blast...
I'm actually surprised that none of the windows blew out.
The source of the blast was 80 pounds, 36 kilograms, of tannerite. Let me quickly Google what the fuck tannerite is, so that we have a frame of reference.
I can actually tell you right now what tannerite is. Tannerite is the highest level explosive that most civilians can get their hands on.
Yeah, it's something that literally is it's easy to get and frankly more powerful than people should be fiddling with.
Then untrained civilians should be allowed to get their hands on. The problem is it's classified as a low explosive because it's one of the main ingredients used in, I think, those bottle rockets. or model rockets. Because in low doses, when you're smart about it, it's perfectly fine. But again, it's 80 pounds.
Yeah, 80 pounds. The explosive is usually sold over the counter as a target for firearms practice, basically to give it a little bit more oomph when you hit it.
Yeah, make it say, "Oh yeah, you hit it, awesome."
Wait. Police said that the family thought the quarry would be the safest spot to light the explosive. Okay.
Well, they were half right.
They were half right, and I'm happy to say no injuries were reported. I'm glad that they went the Mythbusters route and just set up what they were doing there. So I'm thankful that these people were using some logic. Some. So, The person who bought and detonated the explosives has turned himself in to police. He was not identified. Not 100% sure if that was warranted, but good on him for taking whatever responsibility he thinks is applicable. Police said that they had seen a video of the reveal and confirmed the child was a boy. Don't know how the fuck an explosion determines that unless the smoke was blue. But
yeah, they usually
that's the idea.
When you combine tannerite with like a blue powder dye or something like that, it'll just poof blue before it bursts into flames.
Yeah.
Also, guys, I just gotta say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Gender reveal parties are stupid.
You think?
No,
Yeah.
not because of the level of danger that some of these things are doing, but because of their concept. Period.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
We live in the year 2021.
Like the people who do this are still holding on to these beliefs that the concepts of gender can be defined by two specific sexes, male and female. You know, it's quite possible that your son is going to want to be a girl, or your girl's going to want to be a boy, or maybe they don't want to be identified as a gender. Period. Sorry, folks. I know if this is making you clutch your pearls too much, this is kind of the way the world is going now. So deal with it.
Yeah.
This was the way the world. This is the way the world worked before we had mainstream religions clogging everything up.
Yeah, and on top of that, we had this concept of gender neutrality for babies well before, like in recent years, in the last 100 years, we did this. When you went out, like in the 1800s, if you had a new baby, you went out and you got baby clothes. Guess what? They were all gender neutral.
Yep.
I've seen pictures of Teddy Roosevelt as an infant, and he was wearing what looked like a dress.
It was a dress. Actually, and that was perfectly normal to wear
for infants and toddlers before they got to become like old enough to walk around on their own.
Yep.
And then you get a little sundress or maybe some trousers for them. The concept of like identifying your baby's gender at birth was not a big deal. They were just like, oh, we've got a kid. Well, let's go get some baby clothes for it. Well, what do we need? The baby clothes. We don't need like
we don't need
trousers.
Anything specific.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Why are we giving a kid trousers anyway? It's not like he's gonna fucking put them on with a zipper and a button.
Yeah. Do you know why a lot of parents really like those gender neutral flowing dresses for their babies? It was easier to change them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead, now if you got a boy, you got to pull their trousers down and then get to all that nasty shit.
Yeah.
And plus, I am an uncle to a 3-year-old toddler now. And when he first learned to walk, my nephew was like, "No, I'm not wearing clothes. It's gone." He didn't care. He's like, "I'm more comfortable like this."
Even toddlers know that pants are bullshit.
Yeah, this is not something that's new. I mean, every parent has the naked kid. Every parent has or should have the gender neutral clothing. Yep. Okay, first of all, whether it's gender neutral or not, the kid is going to outgrow that clothing almost immediately. Okay? Yeah. They're just going to. All right?
So, like, arbitrarily defining gender roles to a fetus, mind you, is infuriating.
Yeah,
I mean, people, listen to me on this. There was a tannerite explosion that leached gravel into a city's water supply. A tannerite explosion caused a forest fire in California. A gender reveal party caused a pilot to crash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just stop gender reveal parties.
Can we just stop this?
Yeah, this is getting fucking stupid.
Just stick to baby showers, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I blame like religion. I blame toxic masculinity. I
also blame like the party industry, because they're coming up with every. It's like Pinkie Pie if she were an evil capitalist.
Yeah. I also blame just internet clout in general. Just like the more articles pop up with all these people, going, "We did our gender reveal party. We caused the California wildfires." Some numbnut is gonna step up and go, "Well, I can do double that damage."
We're gonna have a
honey,
gender
come
reveal
here.
Party, and somebody's gonna get a hold of a suitcase nuke, and they're going to do their gender reveal party that way.
Yeah, we're all gonna.
Let me reveal your gender with a shotgun.
Yeah, we're all gonna fucking die. But hey, at least you're having a boy.
Remember when I said that we weren't quite at the Fallout universe? We're working our way there.
Yes. Fallout got it right, folks, but unfortunately what Fallout is going to be our future, but the one thing they got wrong was what caused it. It wasn't a war between the United States and the Chinese against resources. It was because too many people had gender reveal parties with nukes.
Yeah,
there we go. Yep.
Fucking...
that works for me. I'm all about that. That's good.
So to put a nail in the coffin for this article, folks, stop it with the gender reveal parties. Just stop.
Please, yes. Please stop.
And on that note, I think it's time that we take a breather here.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back with our hardcore material. Because, yeah, it gets worse from here on out, believe it or not. We'll be back.
This is not a surprise.
Yeah.
This is not a surprise.
We'll be back with Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestial Radio, all Phantom all the time. Except when it's fucking stop the gender reveal parties.
I am not cleaning up a solar system once we get to space because somebody had a gender reveal star explosion. It's not happening, people.
Nope.
Yeah, no, just don't drink the red stuff from the coffins. That's never a good idea.
That's some cursed things right there.
Yeah,
do you want a mummy's curse? Because that's how you get a mummy's curse.
Yeah.
Also, stop messing around with ancient volcanoes. God damn it! How many ancient volcanoes have I seen in the last decade that have lit up? Quit messing with them.
Stop it. You don't need to color the lava to do your gender reveal party. Anywho, welcome back. Welcome back to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestial Radio of Phantom all the time. It is time to start the hardcore material. And where better to start than with a Florida man?
I am so surprised. So surprised.
So fucking surprised. Oh, man, just another case of don't smuggle shit into jail, 'cause you'll get caught, you dipshit.
Again? God damn it.
Yep.
Oh, it gets better. Listen to this. April 26, 2021. Arrestee tried to smuggle drugs hidden in prosthetic leg into jail.
Okay, you know what? That's not one I've heard yet.
That's a new one.
So
yeah, I mean,
that's a new one on me.
I'm reminded of Barbossa from Pirates 4.
Yeah, that'd be 4.
I think, it was Pirates 4, yes.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for this sort of thing to happen. I think I remember some cases long before the train wreck was a sparkle in my eye. Let's see. A Florida man being booked into jail sought to smuggle narcotics into the lockup that were hidden inside his prosthetic leg. Keith Adams, 37, was arrested early Saturday during a traffic stop near his residence in Largo, a city in the Tampa Bay area. Adams, who was a passenger in the vehicle, was sitting atop a, quote, glass pipe which contained a thick white residue which field tested positive for cocaine, end quote. When sheriff's deputies sought to detain Adams, he allegedly struggled with cops and was taken to the ground where he was handcuffed. Arrested for cocaine possession and resisting, Adams, who has a prosthetic leg, was, quote, specifically asked before transport to the jail if anything was concealed in his leg, and warned bringing it into the jail would be an additional charge. And, of course, Adams, cops say, denied that his leg housed any contraband.
All right,
that's not my leg. That's not my leg.
Just real quick. props to the cops for thinking to ask that.
Like I said, it's not uncommon. This shit has happened long before this day.
Yeah, I know it has, but at the same time, I don't have that much faith in common sense for people, especially cops, thinking to ask that. Because it's like...
Well, you don't think of it as a removable part.
Yeah.
Your brain washes over that and says, "Oh, it's a leg."
Yeah, you don't think to...
Well, even if you know it's a removable leg, even you know it's a prosthetic leg, most people, I know most cops, would not think to ask if there's something hidden in it. Maybe they'd search it at the jail, but I don't think the cops would actually ask, do you have anything in your leg?
So good on these cops for actually taking the initiative. Of course, however, a subsequent search at the Pinellas County Jail revealed that Adams's leg contained a gram of fentanyl and a stash of Xanax pills. Adams is charged up... sorry.
Charged up? Okay.
Shut up. Future trade. Adams is locked up in lieu of a $7,650 bond on 3 felony charges and 1 misdemeanor count. Adams has 2 other separate pending narcotics cases for his alleged possession of methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl. He was also charged with having a stupid-looking haircut.
Hey,
Look at this fucking hair.
Hey, when we break out of here, I need that guy's leg.
Something for all you Marvel
So
fans
he's
out
got,
there.
like... That's Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's got cornrows and shaved heads. Oh, wait, no. Those are... Wait, no, yeah, those are cornrows.
I guess.
Yeah.
And he's shaved the sides of his head. Good lord, man.
Why?
Dude,
I guess he wanted hair to go along with that derp ass look on his face.
Yeah. He's looking up at the camera like, what?
I'm sorry, but cornrows don't look good on white guys.
They do not.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm sorry if that comes across bad to people, but it's a truth. It's horrible.
White people, stop doing this shit.
See, I saw the greatest example of like why white folks should not do dreadlocks, and it was this. White folks, have you ever seen... Wait, what was that, Trade?
Sorry, I thought you were going to share a picture. Go on, I'll edit that part out.
Okay. And the post was this. White folks, have you ever seen a matted old homeless dog? That's what you look like. I know you're trying to look like the mop dogs, the ones you see in dog shows that look really pretty, but your hair can't do that. So stop.
Yeah.
You start looking like a matted old homeless dog if you do your hair in dreadlocks.
And it's the truth. There is actually a physical difference to how the hair behaves. So that's why there are black hair care products. That's why, it's just different. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But
yeah, but
God, that's not a style you guys need.
Yeah, but let's
stop that.
Let's just turn the attention from the hair. We'll leave the fashion police to that one. Let's look back at the fact that this guy tried to smuggle drugs into a jail with a prosthetic leg,
which is hilarious.
That is hilarious. This fucking guy. This
I had to pay this guy 900 credits for his leg. Sorry.
Well, I got nothing more to say on the matter. This is just fucking stupid. This is Florida Man.
Yeah. He's
tried at least.
He's well and truly earned the title.
Mm-hmm. Next. I originally had another article for this slot here, referring to a drunk girl trying to do lap dances out on the street. But I figured that would be a little tame for the hardcore material. So thank God I found this. This here...
I'm not sure I want to know yet.
Well, again, this is not an uncommon thing, but it's still fucking amazing to hear this kind of shit happening. Man busted at New York airport with 35 birds hidden in his clothing.
I think I saw a picture of this.
Yeah, you probably did.
Okay, that's impressive. I'm guessing it was smuggling.
Yeah, For those who don't know, yeah, people do smuggle animals in a variety of ways. Sometimes up their pants, sometimes in suitcases. Just always in some sort of weird manner. And it's just...
I mean, that's impressive. I feel sorry for those birds.
I
I
really
hope they
do,
were
yeah.
anesthetized.
April 28th, 2021. Customs and Border Patrol agents busted a man trying to smuggle 35 songbirds into the U.S. at John F. Kennedy International Airport at New York City. Officials said that the agents searched Kevin Andre McKenzie, 36, as he went through customs after arriving on a flight from Georgetown, Guyana. During the search, the agents uncovered 35 finches stuffed inside hair curlers that were attached to the inside of his jacket and around his ankles. Yeah,
they don't have the second picture that I saw with him sitting there with the birds wrapped around his ankles.
Oh yeah. Remind me to look for that so I can put it in the video version. Of course, Mackenzie was arrested and charged with unlawfully importing finches into the U.S. People who...
That is a specific law.
Yes.
Yeah, it is actually.
Because, here's a little tiny bit of history. People who import birds from other countries must obtain a special permit, and the birds must be quarantined for 30 days to prevent the spread of disease. So yeah, there's a system to this.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, we would not have this problem if it weren't for rich white folks wanting something now!
Yeah. Fucking bringing in pet monkeys and shit.
Looks like
the animal smuggling in the U.S. is predicated solely because the rich want their, cool, awesome, exotic pet. That's it. That is it. There is no middle class, lower middle class, or poor person in this country wanting an exotic bird and willing to pay a black market smuggler to bring it in illegally.
Yeah, it's not just the exotic pet angle though. I mean, remember that we also have poachers for things like exotic medicines.
Yeah, exotic medicines, exotic foods. And again, this is not something the middle class or the poor do. Like, I know how everybody likes to blame the drug smuggling on those level of people, but
have you ever seen the price of street drugs?
Okay? Yeah, I'm like, it really isn't. But the fact of the matter is that you can equate this illegal animal smuggling to the super wealthy in this country. That's it. They're the only ones who do this.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, Mackenzie told investigators that he was paid $500 up front to smuggle the birds and was promised an additional $2,500 when he delivered. Finches are well known for their beautiful singing voices and can fetch up to $10,000 apiece on the black market, and they are used in singing contests where people can wager on which bird has the best voice. File that under the category of did not know that was a thing and why.
Yeah, that's rich folk bullshit is what that is.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Mackenzie was released after posting $25,000 bond. And of course...
At least he had the money to post of 20... Yeah, he's a black market smuggler, so of course he's got that money.
Yeah, he's got that cash lying around.
And of course, like I said before, this is not the first time this has happened, specifically not in JFK. 2019, man was busted trying to smuggle 34 finches. Meanwhile, in 2018, 2 men were nabbed trying to smuggle in 26 songbirds while trying to pass through customs. So yeah, it's a common thing.
Are each of these black market smugglers trying to up the next person to see if they can get that many in? Because it was 26, 34, 35. What's the next? Somebody gonna try and smuggle 40 in?
I just want to picture one of these black market smugglers coming in looking like Ralphie's brother Randy from A Christmas Carol, just wrapped in jackets, his arm sticking out, just waddling around because he's got 1,000 songbirds and hair curlers under the jacket.
I mean, sir, are you okay? I'm cold.
Yep. I'm just cold. I have a fever. Just fucking black market assholes. Yep. Speaking of assholes, we can file this one under the category of luckily no one was hurt. And I say that for this article specifically as well, because when I saw the title of the article, I was like, oh, holy crap. And of course, it happened in Florida. Woo!
Why do we
Of
always
course
keep
it
going
did.
back here?
Of course we do. This happened April 20th, 2021, where a man crashes into school bus after shooting at father and son.
What?
What? Okay.
Grand Theft Auto, motherfucker. Melbourne, Florida. A man fled after he shot at a father and son, then struck a school bus with his car. So say the Melbourne Police Department. Records show the father and son were in a parking lot on Hickory Street around 6:50 a.m. waiting for the boys' school bus when Stephen Dukeman backed into a car. Police said the adult victim yelled at Dukeman, asking him if he hit the car, and Dukeman replied, "Fuck you, do you have a problem?"
Dibs on calling him Dookie Man.
Well, Dookie Man is then accused of shooting a black 9mm pistol at the father-son duo, although neither was struck, hence why I'm talking about this. The father told officers he was afraid Dukeman was going to kill him and his son. No shit. A school bus driver said she heard the shooting, then saw a gray 4-door vehicle leave the parking lot after making a right turn and hit the bus, according to the affidavit. The report didn't mention whether any children were on board at the time. Dukeman left the area, but minutes later, at about 6:55 a.m., someone called the authorities to report a reckless driver in a gray 2021 Kia without its headlights on, records show. While they were at the parking lot on Hickory Street, a woman approached officers and said she knew Dukeman, and he had recently pointed a gun at her during a domestic argument. So she waited until he passed out from taking Xanax, and then she fled from the home with her 2 young children. Oh, this guy is a fucking piece of work.
Yep.
We can firmly put this under the category of luckily no one was hurt.
Dookie Man.
Yeah. She believed Dukeman came to Hickory Street looking for her since she has a friend who lives nearby. Well, that makes sense. Police said they went to that woman's mother's home on Grove Lane and immediately spotted the 2021 Kia in the driveway. Her boy. Records show the woman answered the door and said Dukeman was inside and had confessed to shooting at the family and hitting the school bus. He told her he didn't want to go back to prison since he has 5 felony convictions and his license was revoked in 2018.
Huh.
Well, too bad, dumbass.
Okay, so we've got driving without a license, fleeing the scene, reckless endangerment, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts actually, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and I guess if the state prosecutor wanted to get really mean, he could list it as attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
And we know because of the charges that are listed at the bottom of the article that there were no children in the bus.
Thank God.
Okay.
And let me see, you said that he wouldn't let this girl leave until he passed out and she fled with her daughters?
No, it's specifically that they were in a domestic argument and she waited until he passed out from taking the Xanax.
If they stretched it, they could probably get unlawful detainment or
possibly, yeah.
Because if they said they didn't feel safe leaving, if they thought he would try and stop them, they might be able to stretch that. They might throw that on there to the list of charges, and then when they go through the settlement conferences, they can try and offer him we'll take the kidnapping charge off if you cop to this stuff. It's basically how you negotiate.
Yeah.
Without going to trial.
I'm guessing they figured they had enough to
Oh no. District attorneys never have enough.
Ew. So police said they found a 9mm gun behind the couch where Dukeman had been sitting. He was arrested on charges of Aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, use of a firearm during the commission of a felony, operating a motor vehicle with a revoked license, leaving the scene of a crash, reckless driving, and resisting arrest without violence.
Well, I got a good chunk of them right.
Yeah, good chunk.
I guess they don't. I guess they don't classify aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They just classify it as aggravated assault.
Either way, this guy.
Yeah, this is a winner. He's a winner.
He's a wiener.
Wiener.
Winner, Xanax dinner. Fucking. Yeah. Yep, nothing more to say. So we move on to our last article. And oh fucking boy. Oh yippity skippity fucking hooray. Oh.
Get on with it!
There's a reason I'm hesitant, because this is going to get me fucking angry.
Oh god.
This is another case where Trademark wants to fucking Hulk smash someone. Okay.
That's the secret, ladies and gentlemen. Trademark's always angry.
April 24th, 2021. I'm just gonna read the fucking headline and y'all can digest this. A Florida family has been indicted after posing as, quote, church and selling industrial bleach as, quote, miracle cure for human malware, HIV, and cancer.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Oh,
I remember this vaguely. Oh, my God.
And the award for earning the straight to hell card the fastest goes to...
So,
okay.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Just a bit.
Are they going to get death by lethal injection?
No.
That would be all too ironic.
Because that's what my irony meter says they should get.
Okay, let's digest this, shall we? A Florida family was indicted for selling industrial bleach and promoting it to be the cure for the human malware and other medical conditions, including cancer, diabetes, and HIV/AIDS, according to the Department of Justice. According to the DOJ press release, Mark Grennan, 62, and his sons, Jordan, Jonathan, and Joseph, are charged with...
Literate.
Yeah. They're charged with 2 counts of criminal contempt and 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraud against the U.S. They are accused of selling, quote, miracle mineral solution, otherwise known as MMS, suggesting that ingesting the product, which was not FDA approved, would be the cure to the aforementioned ailments. MMS is a chemical solution containing sodium chlorite and water, which, when ingested orally, became chlorine dioxide, a powerful bleach typically used for industrial water treatment or bleaching textiles, pulp, and paper. So says the press release. The Food and Drug Administration, more commonly referred to as the FDA, has not licensed MMS as a treatment for any illness, and in 2019 was compelled to renew its warning against taking the substance after a spike in the number of people reported to be taking it.
I wonder when that happened.
Yeah, let's not go into why that happened. We'll be here all night.
Yeah. The FDA warns that MMS causes severe vomiting, diarrhea, and life-threatening low blood pressure. And, in large doses, can be fatal. Dumb shits. The Grennans are accused of selling the product while posing online as a, quote, non-religious church called Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing, to avoid getting caught and to legalize the use of MMS, according to the DOJ. The DOJ said the family was able to distribute the product nationwide and racked up more than $1 million for selling the fraudulent cure.
Holy shit, that's actually impressive.
Impressively stupid.
That's like booze. That's like smuggled in booze to Alaska numbers right there.
Peter Popoff is laughing at their $1 million. We're not going to go into that either.
So the press release says that the family also previously violated orders from the court that told them to stop selling MMS, but they failed to comply.
Oh, of course they did.
According to charging documents, the Grenans willfully violated those court orders and continued to distribute MMS, the press release states. The Grenans also allegedly threatened the federal judge presiding over the civil case and threatened that, should the government attempt to enforce the court orders halting their distribution of MMS, the Grenans would pick up guns and instigate a Waco. Would you care to elaborate, please?
Waco, Texas. It was a compound of religious nutballs. Okay?
Called the Branch Davidians.
Yeah. And they
a couple of women escaped and went to the authorities saying that there's a bunch of women and children being held by a cult. So the FBI, local sheriff's office, and a few other agencies and the ATF showed up. Things went tits up pretty bad. The ATF tried to storm the joint operation tried to storm the compound. The ATF was supposed to go in with a battering ram to the second floor and basically pump tear gas into it, but no one really knows what happens because, well, there's a lot of cover-up, I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But there was an explosion, and a lot of people died.
Yeah, there's a lot of blame on both sides. As for these people,
yeah,
I think they should be forced to take their own product once a day for the rest of their lives.
Well, we can't legally do that, but
no.
If found
but
guilty,
we can rent out prisoners.
Here's the thing that I'm really curious about, because it honestly sounds like they really did believe this. I am wondering if they really believed what they were selling, or if they were just scamming people. I mean, both sound plausible, but I mean, the sheer fact that they decided that they're going to use this particular type of Clorox bleaching compound about a year after a certain individual made a suggestion to do it. I don't want to get too much into it, but let's not go there. It does honestly sound like to me that these people really actually believed it to a level, because they kept doing it despite a court order to tell them not to.
Like I said, these are people that if they believe that much, fine, let them use their own product.
Either
their
way,
own product will save them.
Either way, if they are found guilty, as they jolly well should be, the family could face life behind bars. So say the DOJ.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
I'm all for it.
They should be found guilty. They were told to stop, and they didn't.
The dad's in his 60s. Any sentence beyond, any sentence beyond 5 years is a death sentence for somebody that old.
Well, too bad, Buttercup.
Yep.
You done fucked up. Now you shut up.
You know what? And I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for these people, because you know damn well that at least one person has probably died from their substance. Okay.
Probably.
It may not be in the court records immediately. Okay, you might have to track it down, but I'm almost guaranteed here that somebody croaked because they took what is essentially bleach that's created when you take it.
Yeah.
It's idiotic.
And that's the part that infuriates the shit out of me. Because these people, I thought we were done with this bullshit, but no, there's always going to be a snake oil salesman, and they always create this fucking concoction that is literally fucking poison, and they sell it to the masses, and if that person is dead within a month, they don't care. They don't give a shit. We got their money, hey! And that's what annoys the shit out of me, especially with the icing on the cake that they're pretending to be a church. Once again, leading to my not my rivalry, but my hang-up with religion as a whole. Religion is fine, and if you practice religion, if you practice Christianity or whatever, it's fine. So long as it's harmless and you're not hurting anyone and you're not forcing your beliefs on anyone. But now you're doing this shit.
Yeah, religion is like a penis. It's okay to have one, it's okay to be proud of it, but the minute you take it out and wave it in my face, we have a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, the minute you start violating people with the minute you start violating people, against their will, then it becomes an issue.
Yeah,
exactly.
And also this tax exempt bullshit for churches that needs to go away.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that led to this shit.
Right. These people would not have had the money they would have had or the lack of oversight, okay, if they were paying taxes. Because somebody would have looked at that and said, that needs to go to someone for review. And they would have been found out a lot sooner before ruining as many people's lives as they probably did.
Yeah. So, folks, keep an eye out for this shit that goes along the lines of, oh, this thing can cure anything. This is a miracle cure. Take my advice, which is also some advice from a show called Sawbones, which is a show created by the McElroy family. There is no such thing as a miracle cure.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing because you sound so much like Alex Jones when you do that.
Which is funny because Alex Jones did this exact same shit.
Yeah,
yes,
he got in trouble for it too.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
As well he should. Anyone who goes, I've got a miracle cure, they should immediately be told, fucking stop. Because again, no such thing as a miracle cure. There is no... at the moment. We'll
at the very least, they should be forced to, submit all their stuff before they can continue.
Yeah, they should submit their stuff to the FDA.
Yep. Well, here's the problem. If they classify their stuff as a nutritional supplement, they don't have to.
Correct.
Ugh.
Because nutritional supplements got started in the 60s or 70s, and it didn't fall under the FDA's jurisdiction because it's not a food, it's not a drug, it's a supplement. And when they tried to make it so that they would have to list their ingredients, the supplement industry fought back hard. I wonder why.
The truth of the matter is, though, is that the supplement industry can be reported for if they have like a known poison in their thing. Okay, yeah. And they can be stopped for that, but nobody ever looks at the fucking ingredients. Okay?
Do you want to know how crazy the fight to keep the supplement industry, like how crazy the fight got during the 90s? They had a TV ad where there was a SWAT team rolling up on a house and rolling into the kitchen and saying, "Freeze, FDA!" And it was Mel goddamn Gibson holding up a bottle of vitamin C. It's like, guys, it's just vitamin C.
Oh, right. I remember that.
That sounds vaguely familiar, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ads they used to, try and say that the FDA's, reaching into supplements was getting too crazy. That jackbooted thugs would come into your home at night and take away your vitamin C tablets.
Well, where have we heard that sort of thing before?
If anything, this article here proves that the shit wasn't crazy enough. I honestly think we need to monitor shit like this to make sure that these incidents don't happen again. But what do I know? I'm just a weird, crazy millennial just saying random shit on the internet about dumb people doing dumb shit. What do I know, eh?
Oh, yeah, no, get back to your millennial.
Get back to your avocado. Get back to your avocado toast. Quit complaining about everything.
Stay in your lane. Day. Stay in your lane.
Well, on that somewhat fucking spiteful note, duly deserved spiteful note considering the subject material. Oh, that's it for Trademark's Trainwreck. Another episode ending with Trademark pissed off. Which is par for the course, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. With us here tonight, we had Fanny for a moment, but she had to duck out because she got a gaming computer.
Yes, a well-deserved one. She earned that.
Yeah, a friend built that from her, so she's currently probably checking to see if everything is working and getting that thing set up.
She's on WoW. She's on WoW. Let's call a spade a spade. She's on WoW by now.
She's probably testing it with WoW, yes. So,
maxing out all of her video and audio settings. She's like, ooh, look at the water, look at the shadows.
Oh my god, look at how the dress moves. Yeah.
Also, with me here tonight,
look at the boobs jiggle. No, not Fanny. That'd be a immature gamer boy.
Yeah.
No, in all fairness, I can actually see Fanny saying that, but never saying it publicly.
Guys, weeds outro now.
Weeds.
So, also with me here tonight has been RandomGreymane.
Again, here's the thing. If you've got a miracle cure and you know it works, okay, and you know it's a miracle cure, cure a bunch of people and take those people and the miracle cure to the FDA, okay, and publicly make it as public as you can. Take it to the FDA to be tested, okay, and make it public.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Don't send the miracle cure out to people, okay, because no one's going to believe that shit, because we have people like Peter Popoff and these chucklefucks in the Church of Poison.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't, okay?
And finally, also with me here tonight has been Sherlock.
Yes, approach everything with a healthy level of skepticism, folks.
Yeah, I will take everything with a hefty sack of salt and a lemon wedge and a shot of tequila.
I said skepticism, not angstiness.
Anywho.
That drink would make me skeptical.
Once again, everyone, thank you for listening to this on Celestia Radio and watching this on the Trademark's Trainwreck YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube garbage that I'm forced to say on the end of every episode, because that's how YouTube fucking works! Our theme song was made by Marivex, and our banner art was made by Court Awesome. You can find their social media, my co-host's social media, the Trainwreck social media, and the links to all of the articles that we've discussed in the description below in the YouTube version. And with that, my name is Trademark, and good night.
Good night, Trademark.
Good night, John Boy.